Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. We are live from the shortcut, and while everyone watching us is still gathering, I will introduce the shortcut a little bit for those who don't know us, and also our today's event and our today's speakers. So the shortcut, if you are joining us for the first time, we are owned by the Startup Foundation, and we are a non-profit, impact-driven organization aimed at helping people with career transformation in Finland. And our audience is mainly English-speaking. This is why our events are in English. And normally our events are aimed either at people who open their businesses or at people who are looking for a job. I think today's event falls into both categories. So today, this is a third event in our series with Business Finland. And in this series, we are talking about the Talent Explorer grant. And for those who don't know what is Business Finland, it is a government organization for innovative funding, trade, travel, and investment promotion. So one of the fundings that Business Finland has is Talent Explorer, and we have been talking about it in this series. If you haven't watched, I will later post links to our previous events. So in the very first event of the series, we explained a little bit what the funding is. And then in the second event, we were talking to the companies that have already benefited from the funding. So today, I think it is most interesting so far event. So really happy that you're joining us because today we are going to talk about talents who have actually been employed as a result of this funding. And today we have with us Henk Do from Eduten. Welcome, Henk. Thank you for joining.
Hi, everyone. Thanks.
Yes, and Jonnathan Guarate from Tramigo. Welcome, Jonnathan.
Hi, Katerina. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. So I would like to kick off this event by asking everyone to post a little bit about where they are joining us from and maybe some questions to the speakers already. And I would like myself first ask our speakers today what their background is, tell us a little bit about yourself and what brought you to Finland, because our community is very international. Most of the talents have come to Finland from somewhere. So we would like to listen about your journey. Henk, would you like to start?
Yeah, sure. Thank Katarina and the Shortcut for inviting me to the event today to share my experience and this Business Finland talent funding from Business Finland to companies. So my name is Hang. I am originally from Vietnam. I came to Finland 12 years ago, actually. Currently, I'm working for Eduten as an account manager. I have a long working experience in Vietnam before I moved to Finland, working in both private and public sectors. And I got 2 university degrees in Vietnam, one in the foreign languages and one in economics. How I came to Finland, because I've been working there for 10 years, and then I decided that I want to further improve my knowledge, and I want to do a master's degree. So I decided to move to Finland 12 years ago to complete my master's degree in international business management. It was 12 years ago, yeah. And before I worked for Eduten, I worked as a market entry and business development consultant for a company, a startup company, and I had opportunities to work with a lot of startups, SMEs, NGOs, and also the Finnish governmental organizations, and with focus in education technologies, health technologies, and smart cities. Yeah, this is my story. And now I work for Eduten. Thanks.
Very nice to hear. Jonnathan, what about you? What brought you to Finland?
Got it. Hello, my name is Jonnathan. I'm born in Venezuela. Then I went to live in a few other countries. And definitely first first thing that comes to my mind when I came to Finland was thinking about the best educational and work career options. Right, there is life balanced options with the while I'm able to explode all my abilities and do my best and use my resources at the best. So that's definitely what it brings me here, and yeah.
And what is your background? What did you study?
Correct. My background, I mean, I've been working in the tech industry for around 10 years now. And I mean, basically focus on software development, but also like focus on cybersecurity and several other aspects inside the tech bubble. And on this, well, I'm an engineer, software engineer, a while back, and I have a whole few certifications and different services and different scope, and also like a master degree in cybersecurity.
Mm. Very good to hear. And also in the chat, I can see that our listeners and watchers are also sharing their backgrounds and where they are joining from. So this is very exciting. Then, of course, all of us who have come to Finland as talents, we have faced, I think, some challenges, and it's been some journey. So on the career side, so of course we are going to get to the part of your jobs of today, but apart from that, how was your career journey here, and what challenges have you faced? You can decide who of you goes first. It can be always Hank.
Yeah, I can start. So yeah, I have like 10 years of working experience before I moved to Finland. But when I was in Finland, everything had to be started from beginning, like many other immigrants or foreign background people who come to Finland. So I think the most challenges for me working in Finland, like, or looking for job in Finland, was that whatever you have in your home countries, maybe it's not relevant anymore here. My work experience was in like project management, and I study in international business management. I graduated in 2009, which was actually the economic crisis happening during that time.
Mhm.
So it was difficult, and also during that time, like mostly my job, they required the Finnish proficiency. Like you need to speak Finnish, so it's quite difficult. And when we started in Finland, like after study, we also don't know like how and where to find the jobs. Like uh, we don't have any insight about the Finnish job market, like the requirements, the companies, where and how we find the job, the opportunities. Like that in Finland, like they say that only 30% or 40% of the job are in the market, and the rest are like hidden. You need to do the work to find the job. So it was like the challenge, like where do I find the information, how to find. Yeah. So for me, like 10 years ago, it was very difficult.
Mhm. Thank you for sharing. How about you, Jonathan? How was it for you in Finland in terms of career?
Definitely, I would say it's hard when you get to the language barrier. It's very hard to process and to break through it. I mean, I think, well, in any management, business, operational field, there's these discussions with everyone involved. We're talking about CEOs, CFOs, every part of the operation, and sometimes not being part of following the discussion entirely because there's this language barrier. It's kind of tricky. But the good thing is, I mean, I think here in Finland is pretty easy, and everyone can speak English and can understand each other really well. So that doesn't make a barrier at all. Just create like a few communication treadmills there on the side, but sure, that's definitely something that's possible to handle.
Yeah, it's really nice to hear your experiences and that you have had challenges, but you made it. And we're happy to see you now in the positions and the companies that you are in. And this is where Talent Explorer funding comes in. So shortly for companies watching us, I can see from the chat that there are some companies watching us, but also for the talents. So a little bit about Talent Explorer funding. So it's a grant that helps companies hire experts to help their business internationalize. And I'm going to share a link in the chat where you can read more about the grant. But basically, it helps companies to pay the salary to hire internationalization experts like our guests today. Really curious to hear about how you came into your current role, and did you know that it was funded by this grant, or was it something that you learned later? So a little bit about your journey with this current role.
Yeah, I can start. So for me, actually, I work with Eduten before I joined the company. Like I said that before, I work for a company as a market entry and business development consultants. So Eduten was our client, and I and my college, we learned about Eduten in one networking event, and then after that, Eduten became our client, and we helped Eduten to develop and to expand the business in Nepal. And I am originally from Vietnam, and I saw that this is also opportunities for the Vietnamese market. So we actually launched successfully Eduten in Vietnam in 2019. But then after that, the COVID came, and I lost my job in my previous company due to the COVID. I had to stop working there, and I have been looking for new opportunities. And then Eduten offered me the job, and they want me to help them expand the business in Laos in the new market, because they know they work with me before and they know how I work, and they see that I could be like beneficial for them to help them expand the business in the new markets and also continue the current market in Vietnam. So they offer me the opportunities, and and by then I know that they got also support from Business Finland to hire the international talents for the project. Yeah, and I think that is very good for company, for example, especially for startup, like growing. We are growing up, but still we need support from the Business Finland in order to expand. Yeah, so that's how I work for Eduten now.
Very interesting to hear. Jonnathan, how about you? How was your journey joining Tramigo?
Correct. Well, I mean, about the fund, I wasn't like really certain about it. That was something that my company handles. So I cannot relate too much probably, yeah, I mean, it has been good, I guess. So I can maintain doing my goals and doing the operational focus that the company is interested at the moment. So
Yeah, sounds very interesting. So how long have you been in your current jobs? Because the funding is for a year. So just to give the timeline.
I think for me it start like from I don't remember almost a year now. Yeah, from June or July last year. So it's almost 1 year now.
correct. And for me, it's been since January 1st, I would say.
Yeah. So hopefully this turns into a longer career. So we at the Shortcut will be following you. Always we like to see how our community progresses with their career. And my next question to you would be, so the Talent Explorer funding is aimed at research-based jobs. So basically, it's market research to go into other countries, expanding internationally. For example, we at the Shortcut community have a lot of people with academic background who have received degree here in Finland or from their home country. and do not want to pursue academic career, but rather want to work in the market. And how would you say, how relevant are research skills that you gather through your academic education, how relevant they are to the job you are doing now? Does it help you?
At least for my case, it's very relevant. For example, when I studied in Lahti, I graduated from Lahti University of Applied Science. And my master thesis was in developing a business plan for Finnish company to do wind energy in Vietnam. So my thesis plan actually later on it was published as a book. It's developing wind energy development for Finnish company or Finnish investor in Vietnam. So we did a lot of market research, interview. We needed to go to Vietnam for interviewing people, talking with the authorities, the people living in the area. So we did a lot of market research, interview, and we do like qualitative and quantitative research on that. So it helps us to, to acquire all that knowledge and skills from my academic study. So I learned from that, and we developed a business plan for Finnish companies. So that helped me a lot. And then from my previous work experience, when I worked as a market entry and business development consultant at the previous company, we also have a startup like in Finland and also startup in other markets to go to Finland. So we needed to do a lot of market research on companies, like qualifying lists, qualifying companies, and doing the research in the market in Finland or in new markets. So yeah, quite relevant to my work. So it also helped me now to do for my company, because we need to expand the business in Laos. So I also needed to do some market research, how the education is going on there in Laos. We are a tech company. How many schools do they have? What kind of digital technologies they are using? Where can I find the people who are working in education sectors? How do I find the schools? A lot of things going on for the market research. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jonnathan, and how has it been for you?
Correct. I feel a bit similarity with Han, maybe, because actually my company has also focused on me, because I can be this part that's involved with the Latin American customers by many reasons. Let's say the language barriers and the high administration of the company has this block before, because the information wasn't able to like go through all the process to them. So we didn't know how to make the best decisions, right? And what's needed, what's our next product, what do we need to put in our next product. So all of these, let's call it research, obviously is involved on it, beside the current research that we do, for example, with every release, every new firmware, every new device, and every communication protocol that's in the middle of our technology, which is also a huge deal. And I mean, one of the things of being here is that we have like really proficient people that can also like be able to inspire and give that part of their wisdom in this sort of development.
Very good to hear. So academic background helps. Yes, I have in the chat, I so far have just got one question about the link. So for those watching from Facebook and YouTube, I have posted the link already. And for those watching from LinkedIn, my colleague will post a little bit later. So please be patient. We are like operating from two sources. Yeah, but back to questions, and please also share questions to our speakers in the chat. I'll be glad to put them on screen and go through them. But coming back to some questions prepared from our side, so for the shortcut community and everyone watching the talents, what would you say? What is your advice to like make yourself visible, make yourself stand out, and use your international background as an advantage rather than disadvantage? Because many people struggling to find a job, they think that being an international can be a disadvantage, but I don't think so. So would you add to that, like how to play to this side as an advantage and how to be visible as an international talent? Who would like to start?
I can start. I can understand the feeling like when you are a foreigner here in Finland, it's quite difficult to find a job. I also have been like many years struggling to find a job here and been doing quite many things in Finland before I can land on my dream job now, like doing what I want to do, I like to do. So I think for the first question, like how do you make you stand out with your international background? Personally, I think that Finnish companies, if they want to grow, it's very important for them to grow internationally. And there's always opportunity for us as a international people to have Finnish companies to grow in the international market. For example, in my case, I come from Southeast Asia, from Vietnam, so I can help the school to it's the company to grow in Vietnam, in Asian countries, and actually I also propose to my company, my boss, that we can develop the market even in other countries where I know like the culture, the business culture, how people do the business there, and I have a mind network there. Like if you're coming from other countries, also you can also find some niche where only you can have it. Like I can help the company to do this in this market because I know the people or I have a network. I guess many people who come to Finland, they already have quite a long time of working experience in your own country. So you have your own network in your home country. So you can always, like come to the company and propose or suggest something to them. Like you bring the values to the company. Yeah, that's how you can make our international background stand out with others. Like, and also for me, I have some advice. It's for myself, but I hope it's also helpful for others. Like how to make yourself like visible to recruiters in Finland. So like I said earlier, that most of the job in Finland, they are hidden. they have a hidden market in Finland where you don't find the information like from LinkedIn or from recruitment website. But I think nowadays people use LinkedIn as very good platform to be like visible to the potential recruiters. So my advice is that you be active in your jobs search. So don't be like just search for the jobs that are posted on LinkedIn or other recruitment website. But in my case, I normally like research on potential companies that I want to work for. For example, I make a list of potential companies that I see that they have an international market. Their products or services or solutions can be like scale up in Vietnam or in some countries that I know. So I know that there's opportunity for me, and then I try to connect with people working for the companies. Like you learn how they do their work there and learn about the company culture, learn about the company service and solution. Who know in the future you might apply for them, and you already done your homework and you know about them. So yeah, and also connect with the potential recruiters on LinkedIn, and attending events is also very important to build your network with the people, and actively contacting companies. I normally, even when I'm not searching for job, but I'm very curious about how companies have their open vacations for job. For example, you can always go there and check their open vacations, is there jobs there, and see what they require for the jobs. It's very important. that you're not searching for the post, the ad post, but you also look, like studying what kind of skills and knowledge that they require for these positions. If you want to work as a marketing, if you want to work as sales, like development representative, if you want to work as a customer success manager or specialist, then you need to find the company that you want to work. You need to find what kind of requirements and knowledge that they want. And if you think you are like have relevant knowledge or experience, you can apply. But if you think you don't have enough, then you can develop and build your skills and your knowledge in order to be that you can apply for the job. So that's what I've been doing. And also like volunteering and doing internship for companies or NGOs is also a good way to build your network, to build your experience and skills. Yeah.
Very good tips, and I hope everyone's taking notes from this, and also want to listen to Jonathan's tips and then give some tips from my own that will be linked to the funding. But let's hear it from Jonathan. What do you advise to do?
Correct. So I think it's quite in the same line. I mean, connect. Do as much as communication you can get from everyone, because correct, maybe that's the hidden market there that you may want to break. But as much as you have all the information and you are prepared, you will be able to like land in in that dream job that you had. So sure, that will be my advice from us.
Yeah, I can add one more experience from my own experience that like for me when I try to switch, especially like switch career or look for new opportunities, that then I always try to learn. Like you can learn by yourself or you can take a course. It's never too late to study something, at least in Finland, as I know. So actually I'm in my second degree, like master degree here, and I'm trying to graduate this year. But this is my plan because I want to do job like in the future in customer success. So I took a course and I build my skills and my knowledge and experience more in this field. So this is also how you do, because I know that many people, they ask like, I have experience in this, but I don't know how to find job. I don't know where to find job, or I want to do this. So if you want to start something, you need to study the market, like what is required here. Like, for example, before I would like to do in marketing, but I see that marketing sometimes they requires Finnish language a lot. So I decided that no, I'm not looking for marketing. So I decided to switch my career in sales or customer success. And then I build and I develop my skills in that. So first you need to set your the goals very clearly, what you want to do for your career, and then you build and you make a plan for that, like learning more, something new, building experience and skills. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for this tip. And actually, I can confirm that we are seeing it a lot also at the shortcut community. We have a lot of career changers among our members of community. And like you said, it's never too late to learn anything. And for example, at the shortcut, we have some trainings, even some short-term trainings that can help you to launch your new career. But I wanted to a little bit also add one tip from my side, and it's related to the topic of today's event. So for those of you who haven't considered this yet, you can, while you approach your dream employers or employers you're interested in, like Hank suggested, you can also let them know about different opportunities that can help them hire you. So amongst them, for example, there are different opportunities also, for example, from TE-toimisto. If you are an employee job seeker, you can ask for this palkkatuki, which is basically means that TE-toimisto will be paying part of the salary for some time, so that kind of, if the company has this information, it's easier for them to take a decision. But also Talent Explorer funding. So again, I suggest to follow the link in the comments and study more about this funding. So the funding is for the companies, but you as a talent, you can study this option, and if there's a role that you think you can do and it like falls into this research market research category, and or expanding to other markets, you can study this funding and offer to the company that you are approaching, like, do you know about this opportunity, and this can this is like 50% of the salary for a year, so that makes that can make the decision to hire you easier. So this funding is for the companies, but also I think talents should take it into account when looking for a job. But we have quite a lot of questions, and also there we have Regina from Business Finland watching us today, and she is giving very good tips also in the comments. Please follow those. But I will start taking questions from the chat. Let's see. Yes. So first question comes from Sannalun. She's asking question for both guests. Do you think local education in Finland is a key factor in getting hired? That's a very good question.
Jonnathan, do you want to go first?
Yeah, you can decide if both of you want to respond or. So local, do you have to have a local degree, or is it okay to come from a degree from your own country? Does it influence the chances to get hired here in Finland?
Well, I would say that, I mean, depending on what sector, probably in the IT field is depending on what sector you are. There's a huge demand for some jobs, so there will not probably, it's like even internationally Google or some other companies in a different level, but they are also like not so concerned on this, so it might be not so important in that argument.
What I see is that at least for IT, it's not important that you should have a Finnish degree. You should study in Finland, because I know that Business Finland have this talent attraction program that Finland is hiring people from US to Finland to work. But I think most of them are for like some in technology. But for business, marketing, sales, I think it's always good to have a local education. And yeah,
I from my side, I would also say it depends a little bit on the area, but myself, for example, I have a master's degree from a Finnish university, and it helps in some ways, but actually not for getting a job. In some, like, let's say, bureaucratic ways, it helps me sometimes. But that's my experience. Thank you very much, Sanna, for the question. Let's take up next one. So Hurshid, hope I'm not butchering the name, is explaining a little bit his situation and also has a question. So Hurshid says, I have experience from outside and within Finland subsequently from accounting and business analysis. Despite having experiences and degrees in accounting and international business, I have been struggling to get hired over 1 year, been able to be in 8-9 interviews, but failed to get a single offer. Although they always say there is nothing they could suggest me to develop. Could you please suggest me something relevant so that I can get over this situation? Yeah, this is a big question. Of course, all our tips from before apply to this. Do we have anything to add to this, Hang and Jonnathan?
At least I know one man from my LinkedIn network. He's quite popular nowadays on LinkedIn, and he works at the moment for Wärtsilä. Maybe you know him, but he said he shared his story that before he worked as cleaner in Wärtsilä, and now he worked in HR department for Wärtsilä. He dream company, and what he tried to do is that he tried to get an internship in the company. And he tried to improve his Finnish. I think he studied Finnish, and he tried to improve his skills, and he tried to apply for the internship. Wärtsilä also have a many internship program that you can try. So I think for your case, I would suggest that you try to learn. You don't have to take a degree, but try to find a course. For example, from Open University, you can study like from Open University a course, and then like refreshing your study. Like for me, for example, 10 years ago, I graduated from a university in Finland, but still I feel that it's not enough for me to get a job here, because the the career market, it changes every day, changes very fast, and you need to keep up with the market, like how you develop your skills and your knowledge. So even if you have a certificate or degree in this field like long time ago, but it's always good to have a fresh like study. So my suggestion for you is that maybe you try to take one open course in Open University. Any university in Finland has Open University where you can study, and then from that you have some fresh study, and then you build your network. And also one advice for me from earlier is that try to find company that you think they would be potential for you, and follow them, and try to look for you can always send open application for the company too. Yeah.
Right. Yes. Then I will take also next question. So this is in two parts. So first the story. So Shweta is saying, I did MBA in finance and worked 1 year in a bank. Now shifted to Finland 2 years back. Learned Finnish and passed YKI test. And then the question, I am planning to go in IT field because I try hard to get a job, but did not get in my field, accounts and finance. Please suggest. I'm thinking maybe Jonnathan can suggest, as he knows the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's a good path you can follow, but the only thing I will recommend is that you should know that you need to have a lot of determination and following, like really follow all the steps, because this I didn't have this experience even from closest friends that are in different areas like construction and engineering and in different areas, and they want to change the career path because they see like all of these IT exciting positions being published and stuff. But the thing is that I mean they kind of drop after a few months because they realize that there's actually a huge learning curve on that. So I mean you still have like many options. One of those is like go inside a company in a maybe non-senior but maybe junior or something that can lead you to learning the skills that are needed while getting that job. So yeah, definitely it will be like it's possible, and it's a very good decision and correct. The only thing is that be well determined and have a good motivation to accomplish.
Yeah. Right.
Yes, sounds good. Thank you for the tip, Jonathan, and thank you for the question, Shweta. And I do think, like, I hear a lot of like shortage of IT talent in Finland, so I think it's a way to go. We hosted at the Shortcut, we hosted Spy Who Hired Me event in November, and it was on tech talent only. So there are more of these events. So our next Spy Who Hired Me will be about business and marketing, but I think there are many like tech events about tech hiring where you can also like you can go, you can visit, and you can see what is in demand, what you can study. I also would like to, first of all, I'm very happy to see in the chat that we have some companies and some HR professionals also watching us, and also talents introducing themselves to them, so that the networking is going on in the chat already. This is great. And also I wanted to share from Regina from Business Finland. There's this is a very good advice, so I want to put it on the screen. Regina is advising to check various mentorship programs such as Suomen Mentorit, Woman 2 Mentors, the Bridge in Lucan, at the universities in career services. So please use these resources also, because I think many of these services are new. For example, I have graduated from Turku School of Economics in 2015, and I can say that it's relatively not so long ago, but even back then there were not as many services as there are now. So I think now it's easier, and please make sure to make use of those. Let's see if I have any more questions now. No, I think now it's more of networking going on in the chat, so I will ask some of my own questions meanwhile. And also I wanted to say that for anyone watching, it's you're more than welcome to share your LinkedIn profiles also in the comments, so that you can be noticed maybe by companies and and HR representatives watching us. So back to the interview part. So I wanted to ask this question that is mainly now like less specific, but more about the feeling. So for each of you, what is the best part about working in a Finnish company? Like, because you're international and you have experience working also in other countries, what is the best part of working in Finland for you?
Well, I guess Finland. Of course, we have all is the happiest country again, right? So we all know about the country's perks, and I mean in the industries that you get introduced to a new culture, new ways, new methods to solve to do your job in the best possible way. So this is a kind of like the best, I would say, about Finland. All that you can learn, and the connections you can have with different partners inside a company. I don't think there's actually like that myth that you cannot talk with your companies, or at least it haven't been in my case. You can be open with people, and they were all like interested and get to the point of but it's very direct way to get to what you need to do. So yeah, I'm sorry if this is not clear enough.
No, I think it's a great answer.
Got it.
Yeah. For me, I think it's the flexibility working for the company, the things that make me enjoy. Like there's no hierarchy, and everyone is trying to support each other in the company. And actually, in our company, the slogan for us is positive learning experience. That is our slogan. How we help each other internally and how we help our clients globally. It is the positive learning experience, because we are in edtech sector. So that's what I enjoy doing in life in Finland. I don't know, but I heard some stories about discrimination. Some of my acquaintances that I know, they also face with discrimination, but I am lucky that I don't have it. And our company is very international. We have people like from many cultural background. For example, Finnish, Vietnamese, Spanish, Russian. So many people from different cultures. So we learn from each other, and that's what I enjoy working here in Finland. And also, like when you work for a company and with your international background, sometimes you can travel. Like for example, I travel to Vietnam, or I can, when the COVID ends, then we can travel to. We have a plan to travel to Laos also for our market research and implementation. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing. Very interesting, and I think it's very important to hear this like personal experiences that you're having good experience working here in Finland. But we have 15 minutes left and a couple more questions in the chat, so let's get to those. So Irena is asking a question for all of you. Does a company that uses the Talent Explorer funding have to use a person, a talent that is from the origin of the market they would like to enter? or is it enough that person talent has educational background and skills from market entry? So this one, I think maybe it's fastest if I take this one, because I have been doing events about the funding for some time, and I know that you do not have to be origin from that country, but you have to know the language and or have experience from there so that you can do proper market research. So no, you don't have to be originally from the country. Do you have to add, or this is a pretty straightforward question about
No,
the
I
funding?
think that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we have a question for Jonnathan. So IT topic again. For IT companies in Finland, do you think it is important to have a degree in the IT field, or do you think a series of relevant courses like via open universities enough?
Yeah, I mean, definitely, I would put this not only in Finland, but I guess everywhere. It's important if you have some sort of degree before entering the field, because usually it depends on which IT field, because we are talking a very broad sector. I mean, IT field can be from, fixing the printers until onto getting the proper CRM that runs all the company processes, or develop one specific robotic product, and so on. So, but of course, if we're talking about this higher sector, it involves many abilities that you probably want to have the fundamentals with are only teach it in college or in. I mean, you can learn it through open universities, courses, and so on, but it will take like a real long time, and it's like quite difficult to organize all the knowledge you need to gain from different areas. So I will always recommend university preparation, at least for the first years of your career. And then, I mean, once you get like the fundamentals, you can go to courses, you can learn on the job, because you are constantly learning while working. It's like you're never stop learning, even if you had the job or the position, you're still like learning new things.
Thank you very much for the answer and for the question. I wanted also to share, this is not a question, but Bastian is sharing. He says, important starting in Finland is having patience and to be able to observe and see how your culture can mix in the Finnish culture. Being a Dutch entrepreneur, I experienced many pitfalls. So this patience, I think, is a very good tip. Also, I think Bastian was asking earlier if about the link in LinkedIn. I don't see myself. So Bastian, if you can please let me know in the comments if you received the link to Talent Explorer funding, and if not, I will try to post it again in LinkedIn. But anyone who has been registered to this event will receive a post-event email with all the links and information, and following our speakers, even if they want, if our speakers don't mind that everyone follows them on LinkedIn. I don't have right now any more questions from the chat. We're 10 minutes from the end. I will then ask some of my questions again. What do you think? So before I asked you, like, what is your like best part of working in Finland, and then these questions is kind of a mirror, is like, what do you think Finnish companies, so for companies watching us that have not yet employed foreign talent or are looking to, like, for example, with the help of this funding to hire international talent, what do you think for Finnish companies there is in hiring international talent, apart from the obvious, like the language, the foreign experience, and so on? How do you think the companies benefit?
Well, I think the companies, of course, go ahead, and I mean, no fear at all. You can, because you're gonna feel like I mean, something that's important for your company to grow, to achieve new goals, to get more revenue, to get all of this. And you get that by hiring the correct persons from the job, right? And we're talking about the Finland. Overall, it's going to be always like a really, or well, it's a small populated country in comparison to others, so you can get advantage of having experienced people from other parts of the world. Than if you are honest about it, they just wanna, I mean, get here and get some safe job, let's say, and be able to do their current life like normally and everywhere. So that's parts, of course. I will definitely tell the companies to go ahead, and of course, if you can have networking and join organizations like the Shortcut and go through them and research me through them, it's even better, I would say.
Yeah.
What about Hank? What do you think?
For me, I think for maybe for Finnish companies who don't do business internationally and they speak only Finnish, maybe they don't have such demand for hiring international people unless they speak Finnish. But otherwise, I really recommend that Finnish company, if you're doing business like internationally in the international market, so it is highly recommended to hire international talents here in Finland, because not just only because of the like increasing your revenues, but also increasing like Jonnathan just said about that, but also like increasing your network in international market. And also we are talking nowadays a lot about diversities. So I believe that when you bring in like diversity in the team in the company, it will increase your like work efficiencies and performance of the company as a whole. So yeah, just one thing to add.
Yeah, and I can reiterate that because we have like before this event, we had an event with actually companies who were hiring with the help of Talent Explorer funding, and they both confirmed. So they all of them said that it was very good experience. For some of them, it was already not the first international talent that they were hiring, and for other one it was the first. But all of them said that it brought a lot, like apart from obvious competences, it brought a lot of diversity to the team and like fresh perspective and all these non-tangible things that come that come with having a more diverse team. So that was very good to hear. And yeah, so we don't have any more questions today for you. I highly recommend again reading about the funding more, and also you can follow our speakers or me on LinkedIn. Also, I think Regina from Business Finland, she is watching us today. I think if she doesn't mind, we can also send questions to her about the funding. But basically, so this event is the third in the series, and then the next one will be live. So those who were registered, I will send more information in the email, but already can tell you that on the 2nd of June, we will be doing an event and it will be live, and Business Finland will be there, we will be there, and some recruiters will be there. So this is like recruitment / networking event, Spy Who Hired Me, that we do regularly at the Shortcut. So thank you very much every day for watching. There's one more question. We have 5 minutes. Let's take it. So Hurshit again, he is asking, could you please suggest me some companies link those are willing to hire people with this international talent hiring fund? I think at least we can, Hurshit, you can look through the chat. So we have some company representatives there, and if you need more information about that, if you are registered, I can also in the follow-up email, I can give you more tips where to find those companies. But of course, recommend to coming to our fourth event of the series, where we will have companies hiring. Yes, everyone is thanking the speakers. So do I. Thank you for your time today, for sharing your experience. It's very inspiring to see actual talents who made it in Finland, who found their niche professionally, and very grateful for this opportunity from Business Finland to have these openings and to share about the funding. Thank you, everyone, and hope to see you in our other shortcut events. Please check out also our website, theshortcut.org, and wait for my post-event email with more information. Thank you, everyone, for watching today. It was a great time.
Thank you. And I think you can share my LinkedIn so that everyone, if you have any questions to follow up or to ask me about like job searching or anything, then I'm willing to help and answer your questions if you have.
Perfect. We'll share it right now. Yes, thank you everyone for watching.
Thank you.
And shortcuts link also in the comments. So please follow us for future events. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching.